1 Million Women Walking. It's the business owned by a lady called Heather Waring, and the reason I'm talking to you today is that I'm her virtual assistant and right-hand woman within the business. So Heather's mission is to impact the lives of 1 million women through the simple yet often underrated activity of walking. And what that does is to help women rediscover and reconnect with their true selves and reignite their spark and essence so that they enjoy living that simpler, calm, balanced and more fulfilled life every day. And Heather takes on lots of different roles within the business. She's a walk leader, she's a Camino expert, a transformational coach, a speaker, author, and a leader of transformational walking experiences. So she's a busy lady. The reason why she started the business was because walking played a huge part in her recovery from burnout and adrenal fatigue. And it's still her daily way to deliver self-care and remain grounded and connected. So it helps her to reconnect and to become the best version of her true self. And she talks about that in her book, which is called How Walking Saved My Life. And just a little aside, our global Facebook community, which is around about 7,500 women now, has provided a great benefit to people through the global pandemic, and even around the world where people couldn't actually get out for a walk. They were able to live through other people's photos and then still enjoy beautiful scenery, even if they couldn't actually get out into the scenery themselves where they lived. We already had a booking system in place that Heather used through her website at the time. It was very simple, it was working to a point, and it was a free version of one of the options available. But we wanted to look at how we could make the booking process smoother. But also the problem we had is that the system we had only allowed us to offer one booking type. Because of the type of business that 1 Million Women Walking is, it lacked flexibility for us. And we wanted to be able to offer things like one-to-one coaching in person and online as two different options. And then also we wanted to take advantage of being able to book group appointments where people will be able to, numerous people will be able to book for the same appointment. And that could be for an online project, but that could also be for something like Heather does monthly walks in and around London and the surrounding area. So that's the type of thing that we were looking for, and we didn't have a system in place that offered that at the time. We actually did do quite a detailed analysis of what was available, and we whittled it down to 3 in the end. Well, 10 to 8 had actually been recommended by fellow business owners as well, which is another plus. It's always great to go on a recommendation. So it really was sort of the one that we were looking to beat, I guess. But once we compared them all, we could not match the number of features that 10 to 8 offered for such good value for money. And that's why we went with 10 to 8 in the end. I felt like it was very intuitive. There was lots of instruction videos that took you step by step through each part of the process. And there was support available from the 10 to 8 team should you need it at any little juncture or not quite sure about what something meant, then that support was there as well. So, and we found it very easy to integrate with other systems. For example, when you're trying to integrate with calendars, when I've used other pieces of software before, sometimes you get to that crux point and you think, oh no, how's this going to work? This hasn't gone smoothly, but the actual integration of the calendars and the payment software was really smooth as well, and very, very simple. And again, lots of instruction videos that just took you through the whole process. It's definitely saved us money in terms of we knew we needed a paid scheduler, but it's definitely saved us money in comparison to the other options that we were looking at. It's definitely saved us time because it's allowed us to automate parts of the process that we were carrying out manually before, but it also allows for those personal touches to messaging, so it actually doesn't feel to the client that it's necessarily automated. if you see what I mean. So that was a real, it's a massive benefit to us, and it's a nice added touch. It's also streamlined our processes, making them a lot simpler because everything's in one place. And we've been able to actually knock out another piece of software that we use, because actually 10 to 8 does the job for us. So not only has it saved us money in terms of value-wise in comparison to other schedulers, it's actually physically saved us money because we've been able to make cuts elsewhere, because 10 to 8 does more of the job for us. We were using like an event software because we didn't have that sort of group appointment availability. But of course, now we can do the group appointments under 10 to 8. We don't need to go through another third party, which is great news for us.